I eat bacon. I eat cheeseburgers.
You eat bacon.
Yeah, of course. It's good.
Now, these are the real Jews, still captured.
So that's not really kosher though, is it? But
Not the kosher at all.
These are still the real Jews, still captured up into the
Can
middle.
I make an anti-Muslim remark?
no. Can you?
Yeah.
You can say what you want. It's freedom of
There's a
speech.
comedian called Jim Jeffries who said, Muslims, they don't eat bacon and they don't drink beer. No wonder they blow shit up. But go on.
So Chris, you enjoy saying nigga today, yeah?
That's what they want.
Yeah, I love that.
What they want.
Yeah. One more time for the camera.
That's what they want.
Yo, my nigga.
All right.
Is it rising or shrinking? That's something I haven't looked into. That's a good question. Give me what to do.
If it's rising, then it's a holiday.
Are you saying it is or it isn't? You know it's rising. What about
So
the Jews?
can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Can I ask a question, my brother? Hello,
Not as fast.
my brother. Can I? Bro, Uncle, what I was going to ask you, during the Holocaust of the Jews in Nazi Germany, yeah, was that all the Jews on the planet?
The ones that they were able to find.
So were there Jews elsewhere on the planet that were not persecuted by? Because I understand that the Nazi regime was not worldwide, was it? It didn't reach every
Wasn't
corner.
even all of Germany.
All right, so
Only 10% of Germans
so
were
by that
members of
logic,
the
by
Nazi
that logic, the Jews that were persecuted in Germany, in the concentration camps, yeah, they were isolated. The ones that were somewhere else, did they stop reproducing?
But the population went down.
Did they stop reproducing? No, they didn't. So reproduction carried on, right?
Talking about West Bank and Gaza populations are increasing.
Okay, so reproduction carried on
Yeah.
during the Holocaust.
But if they're
So
killing,
it's the same thing, basically.
But not in Poland.
Sorry?
Not in Poland.
All right, maybe not in Poland. That's right.
Well, that's what we're
cool.
talking about,
Maybe,
one
maybe
place.
not in
You're
Poland,
talking about
but
worldwide.
it wasn't only in Poland, was it?
There were 3 million Polish Jews.
Okay, there were 3
wiped
million
out.
Polish Jews.
In
But where were the
Eastern-
rest of the?
okay,
Where
in
were the
East-
rest of the Jews,
in
bro?
Eastern Europe, the population dropped.
Where were the rest of the Jews in the rest of the world,
We've just actually reached.
bruh? There was
Last
still.
year, we reached pre-World War II numbers.
You're dancing. You're dancing.
No, I'm not. I'm
You're
answering your
dancing.
question.
You're dancing. You're dancing.
I
You're
answered
dancing.
your question.
You're dancing.
outside of Europe during World War II?
Very few.
Come on,
All
man.
Europeans then.
So Ivan, yeah.
We're not that many people.
Are they all European, you're saying?
So they're all
No.
European. Most of them
No.
come from Poland. Is that what you're trying to say?
No.
There was only 3 million of them. So where were
3
the rest
million
of
were
them?
killed in Poland.
Okay, and where were the rest? While the 3 million were killed in Poland.
There was all. They were in France.
Yeah.
They were in Italy. They
Okay.
were in all countries.
And were they
were in
castrated?
France.
Were they castrated in these countries? No. So they were still populating, right?
were they?
And
But the
reproducing.
numbers shrunk.
The numbers shrunk
I'm
in
talking-
one area.
We're talking about-
In one area. But Jews everywhere
I said the
continue.
population of West Bank and Gaza, if there's a Holocaust on, would be shrinking.
Okay.
The numbers are going up.
Okay.
So there's not a Holocaust. It's not that hard to
No, we're saying
understand.
that, but we're
Okay,
talking about
no
World
problem.
War II now. But how many numbers were killed during World War II and where were they compared to during World War II? There were so many Jews killed in Poland. But around the rest of the world, how many Jews were there?
15 million total in the world, which is all there is right now. Same amount right now.
Only 15 million. Have you lot got a problem with reproduction? What's going on?
We're not that many people. We're
Yeah.
only 15 million
Okay.
in the world.
Brother.
Is that including
Brother.
the lost tribes that you're talking about?
And
The 10 lost tribes?
Yeah.
and
That's not including the lost tribes. That's definitely.
and
European one.
So not the Ethiopians.
They're lost. We don't know where they are.
The Ethiopians. What about the Ethiopians?
Go into that.
They're part of the ones that
No, when
declare themselves to be Jewish are part of
Uncle,
the
do me
15.
one favor. Do me one favor. When you were doing your census, pre-Second World War, did you count the Ethiopians into the numbers?
If they declare themselves to be Jews.
If
I didn't
they
do their
Why
declare.
did they have to declare
And who
themselves
would they
to be who
declare
they
to?
are?
If
Who
you're
will they
doing a
declare
census,
to?
you have to identify who you are.
Who will you identify to? Who do you do the identifying to?
Whoever's doing the census.
Who is the referee, the white man?
I do not know.
It's always the
Don't
white
know who
man.
does the
It's the white. It's the white Jew. It's the white Jew.
They sound like
Oh, we
Hollywood
do the
numbers.
census around the world.
No, uncle.
Really?
Sorry.
We're not that powerful.
The book here says that. Israelites, the Jews, were in Egypt.
Israelites.
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 Israelites, not Jewish.
Jews,
Not
Israel.
Jews.
He
We're not
said
talking about
Jews.
Jews.
You're
He never
not
mentioned any
listening.
Jews.
You're not
He never
listening.
He just said the Jews and
No, he said
Israelites.
Israelites.
No.
Yeah, of course he is.
You know what? That's the thing is, most of our Jewish brothers and sisters, the white Jewish brothers and sisters, they don't know what they are actually.
I know what I am.
They don't know what they
Are you
are.
an Israelite? Are you an
when
Israelite
you're
or a Jew or
when
a
you're a
Hebrew?
Jew, what does it mean? What does it mean when you're a Jew? What does it mean from antiquity?
That were
Just tell her, you
descendants of
tell
the
us.
tribe of Judah.
Say again.
Descendants of the
Tribe of Judah.
And who is their father?
Father.
What you call the lost tribes also, don't forget,
Yeah, I know.
Who's the father of all of them?
You know, begins with an A, ends in Abraham.
Well, if he's your
not
father,
Abraham.
if he's your father, you're doing a poor
It's
job
not-
remembering his
I
name.
know. It's not Joseph. It's Isaac.
Come
Isaac.
down with me.
Say again?
Isaac.
Isaac goes.
Isaac?
Isaac goes a few more steps.
Who was at the 12?
Jacob, Israel.
No, wasn't Jacob.
Am I also wrong?
You're wrong also.
Am I also wrong? The lost tribes of what?
Isaac had 12 sons.
The lost tribes of. What's the nation named?
Israel.
That's it.
Israel.
12 tribes.
Yeah. So Judah.
It was the 11 of them were lost. The surviving tribe was Judah. Was the surviving son. We're descendants of Judah.
Hold on. Sorry, I missed what you said. Sorry.
12 tribes.
Yeah, and Judah is
11
one.
Judah's one. The one
Yeah,
that survived.
that's what I'm saying. So when you're a tribe, you're supposed to have a father, innit? Yeah, so we said who was the father?
Isaac.
Israel is the father. Who is Jacob?
God changed his name.
Yeah, to Israel.
Yes, he
so it's
did.
Jacob, right?
yes.
Now, so Israel, before they were lost, they were in the land of Egypt. Do you understand
No.
what we're... Huh?
Some were in the land of Egypt, yes.
Only some.
I don't think all were, but go on.
In Roman antiquities, which we can go to right now, it tells you that the Jews... Look, we're holding a book right here. We're holding a book right here, right?
Yeah.
And we can read the contributors to it, yeah?
Depends who wrote it.
Say again?
Depends who wrote it.
Sorry, I'm sorry, my English is...
Depends who wrote the book.
well, they're Jewish people. Josephine Bacon.
Yeah, very Jewish.
That's very, very
Very
It's very
Jewish
yeah,
name.
yeah. It's very Jewish, yeah.
Jewish.
And we got quite a few books with just Jewish.
Very Jewish.
And, hold on.
Very Jew-like.
We're showing you. You care to look at the
I
preface?
can't see it.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. We got so many books,
Mocking
yeah?
your disability, you know.
I know.
No. He's reversing it.
My old age.
He's reversing it on me. Even me, I have the same problem slightly now. Yeah. So I don't know if I'm going to be reading much. I'm just going to be showing him pictures.
I
Yeah?
will read for you.
Tell me, what do you want me to
I will
say?
read, man.
No, what we're trying to say to you is this. What we're trying to say to you is this. Yeah. We got all antiquity. Yeah, because we want to show you so you can see yourself as the true victim of this Hollywood movie.
I'm a victim.
Well, you'll
I
soon
live
find
in
out.
Miami. I mean,
Oh, I see. You don't relate to the pain of our white Jewish people in Israel right now. You don't relate to their pain, is what you're saying.
no, there's enough Israel.
No, because you're living in Miami.
Enough of them in Miami.
Oh, right.
Miami's a pretty
Okay.
Jewish city.
Okay, look. I mean, this is hard for my eyes too,
I mean,
bro.
that's
Yeah,
to show
I read
you.
it. I read it.
Okay,
Which
fair,
bit?
yeah. Copyright.
Copyright 1959 by the International Publishing Company Limited. Jerusalem.
Where?
Jerusalem,
Outside the Kaaba,
Ramat
Nigeria,
Gan, Israel.
Israel. Right?
Okay.
Okay, it's not Nigeria. They're all Israeli. Yeah, we can read their names,
Yeah,
brother.
Mr. Bacon, right?
I beg.
Prof. Benjamin Mazar, editors Michael Avi Yona, PhD, Abraham Malamat, PhD, and
Read on, I beg
Samuel Abramsky,
Well, okay.
Johan
And the
Aharoni,
point is-
Right.
Ruth BK Amiran,
Right.
Professor Simeon F. Bodenheimer,
What's the point?
Jedua
Jehuda.
Jehuda, sorry, Elitza,
Yeah.
Professor
The
Michael
point.
Evan,
And they go
Harry.
on and they go on and on and on.
Okay, the
Yeah?
point
Yeah.
is.
Okay. So they've come up with the book called,
Views of the Biblical World.
Okay.
all right? Because what they're trying to say is, like we said about the Qumran Dead Sea Scrolls. They invented that discovery in 1947.
That's what you said.
1 year before they entered the land.
Okay.
That's not true, but go on.
To validate their existence in the land.
Okay.
Yeah, which was supposed to be a global shadow to say, oh yeah, now, oh yeah, yeah. But these people came out in 1959 to tell us, like, look, the real people in the book are not the people you think it is.
Are they Swedish?
They're not Swedish.
German.
They're not German.
Japanese?
They're not Japanese.
Where they from, brother?
They're black, Negro, Afro-Asiatic Shemites.
Hey.
That guy's pretty light skinned.
Yeah, but the brother holding the book is pretty light skinned.
I'm pretty light skinned.
But you guys aren't all the same shade then, right? So we're all not the same shade.
No, we're not all the
Then,
same.
but you can't be all black
We're
then.
talking about,
We are.
we're talking about phenotype. We're talking phenotype
Phenotype,
here,
my brother.
not light skin, not the white
I
paint
said
on the
they're
wall.
not all the same color.
No.
You're right, you're right.
Now we got so many places to go for you. You can see the Afro-Asiatic hairstyles.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when you read the bottom, it tells you Genesis 41 and 14. So they know it's the beginning of the Israelites in the book.
No,
I'm a liar or they a liar?
they're a liar.
Professor Yehuda Abraham is a liar.
There was no. Abraham is the father of religion. He came after.
Say again?
Abraham is the father of our religion, right?
No, he's not a father of your religion.
He's the one who first came out with the model that
He's
there's
not
only
a
one
father.
God.
Abraham is not a father of any religion.
Did I not
He's
say
the
that
one
he
who
was-
came out there as one God.
No.
He's the first one.
Abraham is the father of peoples, not religion.
He's the one who came out with one God. Before that,
No. Adam already knew that. Adam already knew that.
no, he didn't know that. There was idol worship.
Adam
going-
didn't know that.
Adam didn't know there was one
Abraham's-
God. Adam did not
Adam
know
did
there
not
was
know
one God.
that.
Not till Eve gave him the apple, because women are blamed for everything.
You see, the problem of the Israelis is they don't read scripture.
No.
They don't read the Bible. They're not
But
taking
Abraham's
the-
father
They're
was an
not taking
idol
the-
maker.
They, uncle, you know you're not in the book.
Abraham's father
admit it.
was an idol maker.
Do a second admission. You're not in the book.
No, Abraham's father made idols.
That's why you're doing this thing.
Abraham is declared the father because he's the one who came out with one God,
That's why you're doing this thing. Here we are coming into Egypt.
right? Who believed in many gods.
Listen, let's
They
look at
did,
it.
right?
Let's deal with the phenotype first, yeah?
Okay, but they believed in many
Yeah?
gods. So,
Don't worry about the many
so
gods.
that's what we're saying about Abraham.
You know what the scripture says? I have said you are gods.
And now
And the
people of
scripture cannot
Egypt
be
believe in.
broken.
Hold on.
So
and
don't
now
worry about the many
People
gods.
of Egypt now believe in one God, right?
Bro, uncle, you effacing the topic.
What?
What he's talking about is the people that are from this land.
And what they look like.
Are black people.
Okay.
Basically is what he's saying. And you agree with that already.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on.
So when we close the book
But I don't
now,
think they're the same color. Let's say
they're black.
the people of the area
They're black.
who are lighter skinned than the people from the heart of Africa.
Lighter skin than what? People than the rest of Africa.
They're lower down in Africa.
What you mean?
In the middle, Central Africa, the people are darker than they are in Northern
Okay,
Africa.
but you know about migration, right?
No, it's evolution.
Evolution on the land. Why? Because is it colder? Is it colder in different parts of Africa? Is that what it is?
There are different colored skins.
So, but is it because they acclimatize to different temperatures? Is that what you're saying? Is that the theory?
Yeah, that's the
The
theory.
theory on that landmass.
Yeah.
Brother Jeddy, we might have to agree with him a little bit
Okay, then.
on the
Well, even today.
on the evolution part.
Okay.
Otherwise, how are we going to explain how white people came to be?
I don't know.
I'm not saying
I don't fuck with evolution,
I'm
bro.
not saying evolution on
Yeah,
that
yeah.
on that Darwinian
Yeah,
mode.
yeah. What you mean micro adaptation?
Exactly.
Okay.
Because evolution, he's saying evolution, but he still got 2 arms and 2 legs
I'm down
and
with
one
some
head like
adaptation.
everybody else. And me and this brother, we're taller than each other.
yeah.
Me and you are blacker than each other. This brother is, you know, you can call it evolution, but that's not what we're saying. We're
Well, you're
saying
taller than people were 100 years, 200, 300 years ago.
that's what they lied to you. That's not true.
It is true. They have mummies. They
They
have
get off
bones.
lying to you and you just believe them lies.
Okay. Everyone's been the same height forever. No.
Come on, brother, man.
Come on.
Do you believe in the story of David and Goliath?
Supposedly Goliath was 6'8".
9 foot.
6'8".
Something like
6'8".
that. I think that's
Where
what I
did you
heard.
get that from?
Somebody told that to me once.
That's not. Are you a practicing Jew?
Are you saying
Yeah.
Do you read the Torah?
Yeah. They use a different, yeah. Well, sometimes.
At least he's honest though, man. I'm not holding him down to
Bro,
that.
tell me,
I
you're
eat
right.
bacon. I eat cheeseburgers.
You eat bacon.
Yeah, of course. It's good.
Now, these are the real Jews still captured.
So that's not really kosher though, is it? But
Not the kosher at all.
These are still the real Jews still captured up into the
Can
middle.
I make an anti-Muslim remark?
can I? No. Can you?
Yeah.
You can say what you want. It's freedom of
There's a
speech.
comedian called Jim Jeffries who said, Muslims, they don't eat bacon and they don't drink beer. No wonder they blow shit up. But go on. Come on, that's really
because
funny.
yeah, I get what you're saying. I find that funny. It's cool, man.
It's funny.
Now, this is a depiction of the real
hilarious.
Jews, even up to England.
Yeah.
And this is called the Bristol Sultans. You can actually go, I think, in Bristol, Birmingham, and get a download copy in the library and see the picture of what the real Jews look like.
Okay.
They're right there. There's 2 volumes.
Okay.
And all the 200 or 400 pages are filled with black images
Okay.
of Christ, of Peter, of Paul, of John, of all the disciples.
Yes.
What we cannot find is any Caucasoid representation in the images.
As in
Okay.
your phenotype.
Yeah.
So, and this is so-called modern age, because this ain't far away at all.
You want the explanation?
So when they were not, do I want the explanation?
If
Yeah,
you have it,
go
if
on,
you have it, we're down
go
for
on,
it,
go on.
Okay. In the year 70,
The year 70,
the Romans destroyed
the
Jerusalem,
white Romans, yeah,
destroyed the Second Temple.
fair enough.
The Jews left the area. Some stayed.
Were
Some
the Jews living in the temple or in the land?
in the land.
Why
The
didn't you
temple
say
was
they
in
destroyed? Why
Jerusalem.
didn't you say they destroyed the land?
Because I'm using the temple as a focal point.
Well, we need detail. The temple is not a people.
The
The
temple,
temple is just a building.
that was located at that time.
Because you see, what you're doing is, when you're speaking, you're not mentioning the word white, the word black. We have to do that. Because we need to find out exactly who's in the land today
Okay.
and who's in the book. So we're not all the same, because we understand. Go on.
The Jews had the first diaspora.
Which color are Jews? The Ethiopian type?
The Jews that were living in the
What
area.
did they look like, Uncle? What did they look like?
They probably looked as the people who live in the Middle East.
What
now,
did those
in that
look
area.
like? They probably. So
I'm
you
not
don't
saying
know.
that they're blonde, blue-eyed. I said they left the area and dispersed around the world. They have changed over time, as everyone else has.
The white Afrikaners have been living in South Africa for how many hundred years now?
400.
Yeah, they haven't changed a bit.
They look
So
exactly
talk
the
to me.
same.
Talk to me a bit more.
Is that going to take a little bit more time for them to evolve?
I know we'll see in 1600 years. We'll come back and talk about
And
it.
guess what they're doing down there? They're making sure they don't change.
Yeah.
They actually make them putting a stop to the change. Now in the state of Israel, they went and brought in the Ethiopians, some Nigerians, some blah 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 people into the land, promising them to be Jews.
Hold on 1 second. Hello,
No,
babe?
they had to declare that they were Jews to be
Yeah,
brought
I'm
in.
cooking, babe.
Yeah, but that's
I'm cooking with Thai.
Then why should your praise have to be declared to be Jewish?
I'm cooking
What's
with
that?
Thai, man. The
Why should
oven's
you
on.
bring more
I
coming from
don't want to get burnt.
Sorry?
Then why should your praise
alright,
come from
Put his
Europe?
hand under the
Declared
fire.
us as Jewish.
No.
But why
I
the
didn't
black ones
declare myself to be Jewish.
But why the black ones have to?
To move to,
Why
because
the
to
black
move
ones
to,
declare,
okay.
but what was not to declare?
Because Israel will take any Jew, not any Jew, they will take Jews into the country as citizens. So they had to declare to be Jewish to be taken into Israel,
Who is Israel that is taking these people? Who is it that is
the
this?
country of Israel.
Is it a land or a people behind the so-called name? I mean, I'm an Israelite, so I'm
Well,
going-
there's 1.6 million Muslims who live in Israel.
Are they Israelites? Is all I'm asking.
No, they're
So, if they declare tomorrow that they're Jews, will you let them in? Because don't forget,
they already live there.
don't forget
1.6 Muslims.
Don't forget that being a Jew is a people, being a Muslim is a religion.
Right.
So if you switch your religion, you're still the same person.
No, you have to. I haven't asked. I haven't tried to emigrate there, so I don't know the.
So you're not even a real Jew anyway.
Why?
Because you don't know nothing about this stuff.
I do know.
No, you don't. You never lived there. You don't identify with their
So?
pain. You don't know this. You don't know that.
What is that?
Bacon.
You eat bacon and drink a beer,
You ain't no Jew, man.
and you're getting tired before the thing is over.
I am tired.
Yeah, we've been cooking for a while. I think you're done.
Uncle, but guess what? This is the real phenotype of the
Okay.
real people. And when you bring in the Ethiopian, you're just admitting to the world that you lot is not the people. So like they said at a particular point to a Muslim brother, you ain't know what? You ain't no Muslim, bro.
You ain't no Muslim.
You ain't no Muslim, bro. You understand the extension here?
No.
Anybody else speak English? Yeah? Everywhere you go now, they're whitewashing the real Israelites. Here they are. That's Christ in the middle.
Okay. But I don't understand who's denying this.
You say admit that Jews are black.
A little bit, please.
I didn't deny it.
He's agreeing that they're black.
I agree with it the whole time. I said, but not all blacks are the same skin color, are they?
What kind of he's black and black. We're black. What's black though?
But
We're different skin
they're
color.
not all the same skin color.
It's the same. We're different skin color, but we're black.
Are Moroccans?
He's black
Hold
too.
on.
He's black too. He's
Moroccans are lighter skin overall.
We're black and we're Shemites. So when we're talking about anti-Semitism, it cuts both ways.
No, it doesn't.
When white people are racist to us, they're also anti-Semite to us.
No.
Because we're the real Shemites.
I understand.
Yeah, we're the
No,
real Shemites.
it's
It
not
doesn't
true.
only apply to white Jewish people.
No, it
The
applies
black
to
Jewish people suffer anti-Semitism too.
No, a different form
And
of
it's about
racism.
time we started talking about it.
Yeah, I think we talk about a different form of racism.
No, it's not. The one they do on us is called Negrophobia and Afrophobia.
Okay.
We're tired of the word racism because we're not getting anywhere. That's why the white Jewish invented anti-Semitism. So it's only pertaining to them. You don't even pertain to the other Semites in the lands they are at war against, which is the Palestinians.
We're not at war with the Palestinians.
They're Shemites too,
The other way
right?
around.
So how can they make anti-Semite statements when they're also Shemites?
Because it applies to Judaism.
Huh?
It applies to Jews.
No. Let's
I mean,
pull
no.
it. Oh, let's pull it.
Anti-Semitism.
You don't like
applies to Jews.
academia, do you?
I like this. argument.
Let's pull it.
But that happens all around the world, right?
Let's pull it. Let's pull
I
it.
understand what
I know there's other people
Huh?
who are Semites.
No, let's
That
pull it.
Okay.
Shemite. Yeah?
Okay.
Shemite
I don't
definition.
know if I can't say the word. Hold on. How can I
Can
say-
somebody read for him
Hold
so
on.
he don't think it's me?
Hold on.
Semite. Listen.
I know what a Semite is.
Oh, no, you don't
Is that
know.
what I
No,
said?
you don't. No, you don't know.
You admit- okay.
A member of any of the people who speak or spoke
I
a
know what
Semitic
it-
language,
I know what it is.
including, in particular, the Jews and the Arabs.
Yes.
There you go. So
I
the
understand.
Arabs, if they tell you today they're not Muslim anymore, can they come into the land? If they tell you we're Jews now.
But there are Muslims living in Israel.
I know, I'm saying on the side where they're being shut down every day. The ones
There's
who are victims.
1.6 million who live in Israel. There's
I'm not denying it.
there's a Muslim judge
Uncle, you're
on
not
the
hearing
Israeli
me.
Supreme Court.
Islam is a
There's Muslims who serve in the Israeli
Islam is a
parliament.
religion. Jew is a people.
It's also a religion.
Jew is a people. Are we lying?
Do me a favor.
Go on, bro.
How can I say it nicely?
Don't say it nicely. Say,
No,
it,
I
say it
can't.
honestly.
Because
Say it honestly.
Say what
would you like, man?
Just say
Okay,
it honestly.
the N-word. What's the definition?
What's the definition of nigger?
Yeah.
What is the definition of nigger? I think it's an
Lazy,
abbreviation.
lazy, shiftless people.
Okay.
According to
According to yeah,
Dictionary.
Okay.
whose dictionary? The white people's dictionary.
No, that's been the definition.
But who made that dictionary?
That was the definition before it came to mean something else.
Who made
it
the
weren't.
dictionary?
Yeah, it was.
It wasn't.
Lazy, shiftless people.
Yeah.
Guy doesn't know anything.
So can you repeat that, please?
Who made that dictionary about
defi-
the word nigger?
The definition is lazy, shiftless people.
Well, that's not what nigger meant.
That's not what it means now.
No, that's what they twist it to be.
But not all lazy,
It's
shiftless.
it's the same in Islam. They've twisted black people to be the enemy of the world. Same in Christianity,
I was going to say,
same in Islam, same in Judaism. That's why black people moving up into Israel, which were tolerated to move into Israel, then we're abused all day long in Israel.
Okay. Nigger. Contemptuous term for a black or dark-skinned person.
yes.
There we go again.
There was no mention of lazy or shiftless.
It's all right. We know what the dictionaries do. But we know where the word nigger really is.
The word nigger has been used as a strongly negative term of contempt for a black person since
that.
at least the 18th century. Today it remains one of the most racially offensive words in the
When did
language.
they say 18?
18th century.
They're liars. Do you not know what the Black Death
to wear my
was?
sunglasses.
The Black Plague? The Black Plague in the Middle Ages was a moment when they got rid of every black person in Europe and Arabia.
Origin, late 16th century, from earlier nigger, after Latin nigger,
There you go.
black.
That's the
also
real- that's-
see, I also see negro,
That's the real meaning, black.
I know it.
black.
Now
Not
what's
lazy
the,
or shiftless.
now what's the opposite? What's the opposite
White,
to the
holy,
word
pure.
to the word nigger in the old Latin?
I don't know. White.
It's Albin.
Albin. Okay.
Albin.
Okay.
Albino.
Albin. Okay? And it was not a derogatory term.
Yeah.
It was a descriptive term.
Tip term.
You know what? History is powerful.
Woo! Come down with me, you know.
You just can't deny
Jeff
history,
Fine, bro.
Can't deny it.
There's a lot of
Hitler
debate, bro.
was trying to colonize white people. That was the only mistake he done.
It's not a derogatory term.
Hold on.
Do you know why it's
You're changing
derogatory
these words
today?
on me.
Do you know why it became derogatory, people?
Why is that?
It's because we lost power. Everything that loses power becomes what? Derogatory. If your car breaks down, do you respect it so much anymore? It was doing well before. Ain't it true? Once it becomes old, you turn your back on it.
Devalue it with your
You
language.
devalue it with, and you don't want it anymore.
It's still a car, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, we stop. Yeah. It's true, yeah.
Now, these are albinos, uncle.
Yeah.
This is what happened to many of our people.
He's not looked at the picture.
Hold on.
What's this that you found?
What does that
Let
one
me-
say?
I'll read it out. I'll read it out.
Let me let you finish with that one.
The word nigger. What's that? Create debate. That's not even a
I
dictionary,
don't know.
brother.
What does it say?
That's not even a dictionary.
What does it say?
Okay, debate about the word nigger. It means to be a lazy and shiftless person, and we'll have a surplus of those in every. We have a surplus of those in every race. But what is this? Create debate.
I was taught this.
Also, zoom into the Nazi symbol, please. And the
I was
rainbow
taught
flag.
this 40 years ago.
Zoom into the Nazi symbol, yeah?
Okay.
Yeah, and the crazy woman. up
I
there in
was
the
taught
corner,
this 40 years ago. 40 years ago, I was taught
McDonald's,
this.
You fell for it.
I'm older than
fell for it. Yeah,
you.
but
40
you fell for
years
it.
ago.
That's it. It's sweet.
Naomi, what you pay already? Mo ní kò ní sùúrù.
ìyàwó sùúrù kìnnì
Mo ní kò ní sùúrù.
sùúrù kìnnì rẹ kó gbà ní a fẹ́ ṣe future wa rí kó gbà ní ọ̀ṣọ́ fẹ́ bímọ sílẹ̀ kí wọ́n fèsì wá choice ni Sorry. Okay, you wanna? I don't know. There's a camera in there, innit? That's Sony.
No, but it's mentioned often. It's like mentioned here.
That's not the actual meaning, though, is it?
No, I said the meaning is evolved.
Like, if you think about,
Yeah.
Hear what the brother's saying.
They took a word and they applied it to
I
one
was
phrase.
I thought that this was going to go
For the definition of
where these people actually come
I-
from.
Oh, all
And,
right.
and the theory
No,
like
I
they
told
are
this
the
20
mix,
years ago.
the
Yeah,
mix
but you didn't look
of
for the definition
Japheth's
of living.
grandson,
Like
what they
Ashkenaz,
looked at, the
and
definition of
the
living.
Edomites.
That's what they're looking
A mixture
for,
of that.
definition of
You know
And,
what?
and it's a fulfillment of that prophecy
Well,
of Jacob. So that's
You know what I couldn't do here? I'll be honest with you. I cannot do a justifiable job because
But you're looking at nigga, I can't even see that.
the platform we're on is irregular.
You keep getting
To see if there's
What you're talking about,
no, to see if
unless
there
you're
was other
lazy up
people.
here.
who-
No, that's
Don't let anyone
I
deceive
know
you.
what the
Just sit down like
definition
this, talk
is.
like this,
But why are you
and
looking
deal
for
with
what
that.
people saying?
He typed, he googled
I hear you.
lazy.
Can't, 'cause I hear
He
you.
didn't
what you
type in
typed
the
in?
definition.
What?
Yes.
To see if I can. Okay, I'll teach you Google.
There's
You
some
put in as many
lines.
keywords as you can to narrow your choices.
You look for you look for your terminology.
Yeah.
Of course I
You can't
did.
give pros to pigs.
That's how you use Google. You put as
You
many
can't
keywords
go
as possible.
say that,
You gotta look for the
that all
definition
white people
of the word.
are only that.
Yeah, I know
Because
that,
that's
I know
not
that,
true.
I know that, I
A
know
lot of white people
your
are
definition.
actually Africans. Are real, like we're gonna show. Where did I put that topic? So I'm hoping I can get the slides we need right now. There's a huge story which we want to bring forth.
By the way,
Well, I know you've seen some of this before, right? Yeah? All right? Now, this is a family, right? Yeah? I believe this family is in Brazil. Yeah? All right. Right now, remove the mother, remove those two darker skin, let this go away. You start calling them something else. It's not right because their father is black.
Yeah.
You understand? And they will get to a point where they start believing that. And if they can blend in with other people, they don't want you either. They don't want you either anymore. It's over. That's why a lot of mixed race children in the Western world have a problem. You understand? They don't know what to do now.
And
They
they
don't-
rejected from all sides.
They rejected from all sides. Now, there was a great civilization called the Etruscans. Yeah? Jedi. You catch on that one? The Etruscans, yeah? Who were the real founders of many of the ancient places we like to name, including some of the parts of Italy, Greece, ancient Minoan civilizations. They were a highly polished group of what you could almost call mixed type of descent, who I believe did what they had to do by creating for themselves a new civilization because of the fight between the real owners of Europe, who were real black, and their offspring, who were suddenly becoming white. And the intermixing was happening. So now we're getting people like me, who's only one step away from becoming a real albino. It's a reality. It's nothing big deal. I grew up with an albino. He just popped out of his father, who is my uncle, with his wife. They're both black. He just came out. Everybody, whoa. Now, if you know how society was dealing with him, trust me, if that boy should leave that society, he won't come back again. If he has a gun, he'll come back with that. I'm not lying to you. I can't get the image out of my head. The way they treated him. It's the story I want to tell. But those who did it on purpose, who chased out all the blacks from Eurasia and made sure they populated Eurasia with white supremacy, they had an intention so that the anger which is boiling, spiritual anger, look, I won't lie to you. Black people, when we're back in power, i.e. down there, we look on whites as inferior. Did you know that? Honestly, we used to look on whites as inferior. Do you know why? It's the same way whites look on disabled people as inferior. They can talk all they want. Are they looking after the disabled people properly? Come on, guys. Are they giving them the same rights? They're talking about it. Autism. Physical disabilities. They talk about it. Then they talk about Darwinist evolution. But then we got children with two heads. But what do they do with those children? They don't tell us those children are evolving. They tell us it's a what? Abnormality.
Mutation.
A mutation. And an abnormal one at best. Now, that's the same disability we have when it comes to skin color. But the old order is reversed right now. So where the black was to make judgment on what was good, the white is there now. And the white is making the judgment to say black is abhorrent and white is perfect.
White is alright.
White's all right.
Black is alright.
Black is
Just like the thing is, the chart I was reading for. The chart.
Who took it again? Did I take it back?
Oh, you know what? Let me check my phone.
I'm finished. This is me.
What's it called? I'll Google it.
Police racial code. You got it? Somebody had it, innit? I can't remember.
Well, you cooked him and he just dust.
Huh? I mean, this stuff was happening. This stuff was happening only 400 years ago, right?
400?
Yes.
Sorry, my history is out. I'm sorry.
80 years ago.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to make it look good. There you go. Yeah.
They're still doing that.
Show that to the
In New York, in Algeria.
In Algeria.
show that to the phone. There's the police racial code. Now read IC1.
IC1.
The details.
Yes.
Just there.
White skin.
White skin. Listen to this.
Caucasoid.
Caucasoid.
Highest life value.
Highest what?
Life value.
value. Listen to
Where's that
this.
from? What's that source?
Show them again.
The police racial code.
Let the camera see.
Yeah.
But this is not backed by them, though.
Boy, just Google it.
Okay, cool.
Just Google
Show
it.
the camera.
You not got that? Oh, bro, I'll read it out. Sorry, probably.
I'll
Yeah?
start again.
Now read the details. IC1 is a white European.
Yeah.
Read what it says. Details.
White skin.
White skin.
Caucasoid.
Caucasoid.
Highest life value.
Highest life value.
Pure blood.
Pure blood. You got good eyes,
Oh, yeah.
man. Huh?
Aryan.
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 Yeah.
Nordic.
Nordic, yeah.
Straight blonde.
Straight blonde.
The hair.
The hair, yeah, go on.
Blue or pale eyes.
Blue or pale eyes.
Not visibly contaminated with non-white blood.
What?
Contaminated.
Not visibly contaminated with non-white blood. Now read for the
You out the window.
read.
Time.
That's me, innit? I'm contaminated.
Finished, bro. Sorry,
It's
bro.
over for me.
I was rooting for you when they said Bill Eyes.
I did warn you, didn't I? I did warn you, didn't I? Now read black or dark European, sir. Sorry.
Dark European.
Yeah.
Olive skin.
Olive skin. You hear that? Dark Europeans got olive skin.
Olive skin. Melanocroid. Melanocroid.
Sorry, brother.
Melanocroid.
Melanocroid, yeah? I.e. they have some melanin in them, yeah?
Lower life value.
Lower life value.
Straight dark hair. No curls.
Straight dark hair.
Yeah, no curls.
Dark.
Dark,
Yeah, go on. Anyway,
dark
go on.
eyes,
Dark eyes.
visibly contaminated with non-white
This
blood.
is filming. This is filming. Yeah. You just need to point and shoot. Yeah.
So visibly contaminated with non-white blood.
Did you hear that? That the dark Europeans are visibly contaminated with non-white blood. Arab. Black. Sorry.
The black skin Negroid.
That's the contaminator there. Okay. Asian.
Brown skin
Brown skin.
Asianoid.
Asianoid. Those are the two Hebrew peoples right there. Now, Chinese.
Yellow skin Mongoloid.
That's the real Hebrews there. Arab.
Mixed heritage.
Mixed heritage.
Mixed race.
Listen to the Arab. Mixed race.
Mixed heritage. Mixed race.
Mixed race.
Half breed.
Half breed.
Mulatto.
Mulatto.
Semite.
Semite.
Latino.
Latino.
Hispanic.
Hispanic.
Visibly contaminated with black blood.
What?
Visibly contaminated with black blood.
Visibly. It's, just Google it. You trace the source. Go down the rabbit's hole, innit?
Because man picked up something from Stormfront website, the white racist stuff when they talk about what nigga means. You have to make sure this is from no black.
Hey, but how you gonna make sure? First, the information has to come out, innit? Then you trace it, innit? I mean, we can't say until we trace it before we hear it. Or nothing comes out, innit? We're not saying believe it. We're saying check it. Right? It's been on for years here. Right? So there you go. So they've described a lot of what's happening in what you call albinism. Now, very few white people want to admit that they're albinos. Very few. But they will go and call. They will go and call these people albinos. You see how he's laughing at them? You see how the brother's laughing at them? You're an albino too.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't mind you saying that. That's fine.
You're an albino. Why are you laughing at them?
That's the funny pictures.
What are you laughing at them for?
Let's have a look. Okay, what's wrong with that?
I didn't say it's wrong.
Okay.
We're just talking about phenotype and how this metamorphosis happens, innit? Yeah?
Not albinos.
Huh?
Not albinos.
Say again?
There's a difference between albinos and...
Pull it from me on Google. Let's check.
Yeah, but you don't believe everything in Google.
This guy had
Look,
his face and going
bring the books.
again.
We bring books.
I have Google.
We always bring books, but because we know you don't got books, we said, show us.
Okay, so
Hold on, 1 second, Ty.
One by one.
One good boy. Hold on.
One by one. One by one.
Right, so look up albinism. You'll find that it's described as a
Let's have a look at what albinism is, yeah?
Yeah.
Let's have a look according to the brother. According to this albino, let's have a look.
Well, hold on. If we all originated from Africa, then we're all black now.
No, we're not black.
Yes, we are.
Stop that. Stop that rubbish, man.
If we all came from Africa, we're all black.
Well, why we've got the
The
name?
only difference is, according
how
to
do
you
you know
guys,
everyone in Africa is
according to you, the only difference is between us that is the sun.
What do you mean?
It's the sun. They
Well,
changed
let's
our skin.
check.
They changed our skin pigment.
Let's check albino.
So that means we're all black people.
Let's check albino definition first, yeah? We can check a few, just so don't say it's me choosing, yeah? I like to choose something that has a lot more meat in it, yeah? You want to read it for us?
Go on then.
All right.
Oh, go on.
Are you two albinos fighting over this?
No, I'm not bothered. I'm not bothered.
Like I said, I'm just Googling, yeah? I understand, but we got to go do it somehow, yeah? Read on. We're going to deal with the Bible a little bit too.
You're changing it, bro.
He's choosing his own liking, innit?
Here we go.
What's he doing?
He's changing it.
Changing what?
He's
What's he
changing
typing
the
in?
definition. No, I'm going to Google. What's wrong with that?
Well, you should have just read it.
Bro, he's right now he's just emailed himself. He just emailed himself your bank code, everything, bro.
Is he cloning my phone?
He's done everything.
Are you getting into the root of my phone, innit? Don't do that. Leave me alone, yeah?
Can you read it, please? Can you read it, please?
You don't want to read until he finds one that he likes.
A lot of people play with this thing, this definition thing.
Right, we still haven't heard no reading.
Brother, you're taking too long. There's so many of them we could have read by now.
Yeah, I could have read a few more.
Well, he wants to show us that albinism is different from being a white person.
On Wikipedia, I can make my
It's not. We're going to read it.
Mind you, they are really white.
Brother, I'm saying it's not. We're going to read it. Don't believe me. Let's just read. Okay. Can we go Wikipedia? Yeah. Okay, we got Wikipedia here. There you go, brother. We got Wikipedia. Brother, you're reading it to you can't leave us like that.
Okay.
You can't.
I'm out here, it's raining, I've got no jacket.
I'm going to read
I know what it is. You got a call to come home.
I'm going to read you
got
something.
a call to
I'm
come
gonna read
home.
you something now.
You got a call to come home.
It's raining.
I'm going to read you something now.
wait,
Ty,
he's
Ty,
just, what's he just done?
Bless.
Ty, I'm going to read you something.
Okay.
When comparing the prevalence of albinism,
Oh.
are you going to let me read or what?
The what's this word called now? The hypothesis now. We'll just read the definition first.
Okay, the prevalence of albinism in some ethnic groups in sub-Saharan Africa is around 1 in 5,000, while in Europe and in the US it is 1 in 20,000, right? So how can we be albinos if only
You've done
1 in 20,000 Europeans
read the definition.
are
You
They're
albinos?
talking about albinos.
Can you read definition?
You know what I mean?
Do you know what
Albinos,
do you
that's
know
what
what
I
a
think that's what it
definition
says.
is?
Yeah, but read the definition. You didn't read the definition.
You don't want to. Do you know what a definition
You don't
is?
like the definition.
Alright, give it to me, I'll read it.
You just stood in front of a camera, bro.
You read it.
Do you think it was just a sexy light? It's a camera, bro.
Chris, read it.
Right.
You don't want to be
Jed, man.
Albinism in humans is a congenital disorder.
Albinism in where?
Albinism in
In humans.
is a congenital disorder
Congenital.
characterized by the complete or partial absence of pigment in the skin.
Start again. Sorry.
Which we talked about the pigment in the skin.
Just read the blinking book.
Yeah. Skin, hair, and eyes. Albinism is is associated with a number of vision defects.
Vision defects.
Hey, go phone call. Go home.
There.
Go home. Gotta go home.
Yeah, basically it's not the same thing.
You didn't even read the definition.
Sorry, bro.
Right.
Just listen.
Just a definition first.
photophobia and some other two.
Brother,
Lack
read-
of skin pigmentation makes,
Lack of skin pigmentation. Now hold
makes
on.
for more susceptibility to sunburn and skin cancer.
Hold on now. Now hold on. Do white people have that?
Yes.
So what's that then?
In rare cases, such as Shediac, albinism may be associated with deficiencies in the transportation of melanin.
There you go again.
But that's not. But by the way, that's actually. By the way, let me just tell you something. That's it's not a disease or a disorder.
I didn't write the report.
Yeah.
Why are you teaching me? Just read the book. Read the
I'll
book.
be honest.
Brother, don't preach.
Okay.
Read the book.
This also affects.
It's written by a white author.
Essential granules are present in immune cells, leading to increased susceptibility. Susceptibility. To
Not
infection.
suspectability.
Susceptibility, I meant.
Black people are the only suspects in this case.
To infection. But which
Chris.
is actually not. None of this is true.
Yeah, it's not the same thing. Basically, like white people have.
Actually, your skin pigment changes on where you are in the world. It's nothing to do with the disease.
What consists a normal skin pigmentation depends on where you are on the planet.
Yeah.
We'll call it that. It will ring on this side. It will ring right uncle. So you can help me. You can help us. Hold on, yeah.
Type white people like Rob.
Yeah, Ty, that's what I'm about to
Type your number in because the mic is here.
Skin
No,
pigment
hold on.
changes
Hold on,
based on where you are in the planet. Not about a disease. Where you are in the planet determines where you are. If you, for example, when people started moving out of Africa and they moved across the planet, they started becoming lighter. Like, for example, apparently I was reading that black people are less prone to less able to absorb vitamin D.
They're lying to you. They're lying to you.
I was reading.
They're lying to you.
Wait a minute.
They're just lying.
Vitamin D is what stops us from getting sunburn.
Huh?
Vitamin D is what stops us from getting
They're
sunburn.
just lying to you.
No. Apparently, the non-black people are better at absorbing vitamin D.
I'm better at doing it.
Yeah,
Oh.
are better at absorbing vitamin D than the black people are. But anyway, regardless of the vitamin D and stuff. Anyway, the skin pigment change is due to people travelling across the globe, where they went further away from, well, Africa. And
That's
gradually
not
over
true.
time,
That's
and
not
then hold
true.
on, and then gradually over time,
That's not absolutely true,
their
but
skin
fair
pigment
enough.
change. Their skin pigment change as an adaptation to where they were based and what condition they were living in.
Okay, so you're telling me now, I've got a question for you. So if you should move to Africa now, are you telling me you're going to turn into a black person?
Well, not straight away.
No,
How
I'm
long?
asking.
How
Does
long?
that mean it's possible? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, over time.
Over time?
Yeah.
How long over time?
Well, I'm not sure.
Do you have anything to base your evidence on?
For example, like, you know, if I went to Spain, if I went to go live in Spain,
Sunburn,
in the
you
south,
turn black.
No, I know. But if I lived there, I would turn really dark. Because you know, you've seen dark Spanish people, right?
Tan people, yeah.
Yeah, but they're really dark though. They're really dark though. They're
Well,
quite
they
dark.
like me. Besides, don't forget we're not talking.
They're quite
Don't,
dark.
Chris, don't forget we're not talking.
Right, but I'm saying.
Chris,
if
listen. We're not talking
if
tan. We're talking
Let
phenotype.
me finish.
We're talking phenotype as well.
So if you go and live in the south of Spain, you'll end up looking like the darker skin, white people.
So, but they're still white though.
Yeah, they're still white, but they're pretty dark, right? But so I'm saying it's based where you are on the planet. So I said that's why I said if you really want to go on this route we're going on, then we're all black people. The only difference. No, not at all. I don't. So if we're all, so at the end of the day, we're all black people, aren't we?
No, we're not.
Oh, we're not.
We just
So
read the
the only
codes.
difference.
Chris, why are you bodying me off now?
The only difference between us is where we were located in the world.
Now let's show you something first.
That's
before
the only difference.
Let's show you something first before we go into the. You just made a slight flick of hand, or what is it called? Sleight of hand. Yeah?
It's not
a slick sleight of hand. Yeah. Yeah, a slick sleight of hand. Yeah. Now, this sister is in Africa.
Yeah.
Okay. These children are in Africa. Have they moved?
I don't know.
So what happened? Because you said it happened because we moved. Yep.
Yes.
Well, they haven't moved.
But I said over time.
What time? They haven't moved. They're still there. Plentiful of them. They're in their hundreds, if not thousands.
What do you mean?
So basically,
We're showing you evidence.
basically,
We're not
if
talking.
it takes time for them to obviously adapt.
It will take.
Alright,
Yeah,
so
it will.
if
it takes time.
if you have a baby with an albino, are they half caste?
Like,
Say
don't get me
again?
wrong.
One
I'm
by
not
one,
saying
one
when
by one.
people
Chris?
moved across the globe. I'm not saying all of a sudden they changed. It took a little bit of time to change.
Chris,
So
let's tell
basically,
you.
there should be no more. Basically, the way you're saying it, this albino should not exist anymore.
Yeah, exactly. They're black.
Well, it depends how long they've been going for.
Because how long was the lifespan of a person?
Sorry?
How long was the lifespan of a person?
No, I'm not saying an individual. I'm saying how long they've been. Let's just say, for example, they're in Africa. How long they've been in Africa for?
Their whole life.
No, not an individual. How long have albinos been in Africa?
Now, let's teach you.
Time.
Let's read the Bible. Because Christians don't. You're a Christian, aren't you? Let's show you.
Oh yeah, fingers.
You're a Christian, aren't you? He says he's a man of crisis, yeah?
Crisis. How many crises there?
The crisis ISIS. Yeah.
Brother, you're still here.
This guy's just a Muslim. That's the challenge, brother.
Disguised. It's the latest fashion now.
was white.
Well, I'm struggling here.
Go and research about this, how
Leviticus
skin pigment changes over time when people move out of Africa.
Get out of here.
Now, who won't read for me?
later.
Who won't read for me? Yeah, we're reading Leviticus. We can read the whole chapter to find out about albinism. Yeah, in the scripture, which is history. Okay? Yeah.
You're going there.
Yeah, we're going there.
Wow.
We could have read from anywhere, but we'll pick it up from here. The English is old English, but if you got a Bible, you can follow up. Yeah.
Verse 9, yeah?
Yeah. Where are we again? Sorry, just so we don't quote the wrong.
Leviticus.
Is that 13, innit? 13 and Yeah.
Yeah.
13 and
10.
10, yeah?
Right.
Here the book?
Actually, I'll start from 9.
Right.
When the plague of leprosy is in a man,
When the plague of leprosy is in a man,
then he shall be brought unto the priest.
be brought unto the priest.
Verse 10. And when the priest shall see him,
Right.
and behold, if the rising be white in the skin,
If the what? The rising
be white in the skin,
in the skin,
and it have turned the hair white,
the hair have turned white,
and there be a quick raw flesh in the rising.
there's a raw flesh in the rising.
Verse 11. It is an old leprosy in the skin of his flesh.
It's an old leprosy in the skin of his flesh.
Trying to say that white skin is
Read on.
leprosy.
So I'm not trying to say the Bible is saying
It's
it.
in the book. We're reading the book.
All right, so bubonic plague gives you black marks. Does that mean
Brother,
you're black
I'm
skin?
not.
Let me
brother,
finish. Let me finish.
Brother,
man.
we can go everywhere, but let's finish one first.
Right.
You're retarded.
The Bible's retarded then.
Read on.
It's an old leprosy in the skin
It's
of
an
the flesh.
old leprosy.
And the priest shall pronounce him unclean, and shall shut him up.
The
For he
priest
is-
shut him. The priest. Now listen.
For he is unclean.
The priest shall shut him away. You see in the picture?
For he is unclean.
Because he's unclean, right? Move on.
Verse 12.
Verse 12.
And if a leprosy break out abroad in the skin,
Outside the skin, yeah.
and the leprosy cover all the skin of him,
And the leprosy covers all the skin. Now
Okay.
listen.
cover all the skin of him that has the plague,
That has the plague
from his head even to his foot,
from his head to his foot.
wheresoever the priest looketh,
Wheresoever the priest look,
then the priest shall consider,
yeah,
and behold,
right,
if the leprosy have covered all his flesh,
all his flesh
he shall pronounce him unclean. What? Pronounce him clean.
clean, right? Read on.
That has the plague.
That has the plague.
It is all turned white.
What has all turned white?
The skin.
All his body from the head to the toe.
Okay.
Now that's where we have albinism and what you call leprosy.
Okay.
It's just a new name.
Okay.
Okay? That's why they call it, in their definition, not mine, a disability and a disease. Disease don't mean what you think disease means. It just means a lack of ease. A lack of ease in the body.
What does that mean, lack of ease?
A lack of ease is how you used to be. You're not being it anymore. So it starts to worry you. So when we have this brother here,
What happened there?
it's happening to him.
What's happened?
Yeah? So we just read that if all his skin turned white,
Yeah.
then he's clean. When he still has black blotches, he's not clean.
Okay. So if he was all white, he'd be clean.
That's it.
Okay. So why are you saying? But you're saying that white people suffer from leprosy?
No, I'm saying they're albinos too. I didn't. When did I say they're suffering?
Oh, I thought you
When
were,
did I
thought
say
you were
that?
saying that white people have leprosy.
They do have leprosy according to the book.
Yeah, but I don't see that on me.
Look, what
What is
would
leprosy?
you?
That's the question. What's leprosy?
That's it.
So I have
Exactly.
leprosy.
What is
You're not
leprosy?
listening, Chris. You want an emotional thing.
Yeah. Okay. Go on.
Do you not understand what is being said? Look, people have. Do you know what HIV/AIDS is?
Yes.
What is it?
It's a disease.
Quote what it is. Explain.
Well, it's something that white people invented.
HIV stands for. You're laughing now, Chris.
They did.
Huh? I didn't hear what you
Well, I
said.
don't know,
Something
maybe.
white people invented.
Okay, something white people invented.
Yeah.
So that's a confession again. Now,
Well, unlike you, my friend, I'm not biased.
no, at least you're confessing, innit?
How the hell
Uh,
do you know?
Huh?
Now, HIV, somebody remind me. What's the H stand for? Heteroimmunovirus, yeah? Is it hetero or what's it? Yeah, okay, somebody, yeah? Yeah?
Homosexual.
Yeah? What's that H stand for again? Forgot the word. Yeah, I'm not one of these yeah. HIV definition, yeah? Yeah. You want me to help you hold this one? Yes, please. Yeah. HIV, so you can see something.
You just went back.
Human
immunodeficiency
deficiency virus, yeah?
virus.
Now, you hear that? So it's a virus in the human what? Deficiency. Okay? Now, what is AIDS? what is AIDS itself? Because HIV and AIDS are supposed to be two different things, even though linked together. Yeah? You listening? Yeah. AIDS, yeah?
Right,
Yeah?
Give me a second, please.
Yeah, AIDS, just AIDS.
Well, it's coming up.
It's hard, isn't it? Because they write so much
It's,
without.
it's together.
Yeah.
HIV and AIDS.
Yeah. Acquired immune deficiency syndrome. That's what it stands for.
Okay.
Acquired what? Immune deficiency. Now, HIV was also immunodeficiency virus. Now, every time the body plays up, every time the human body plays up, read it for us.
AIDS is not a virus, but a set of symptoms.
A set of symptoms. Read what
or
they
syndrome.
Yeah.
Caused by the HIV virus.
Which is a immunodeficiency virus. Now, when you understand what a deficiency is, it means something's missing or what's not supposed to be there is present. Yeah? So, no. It's both. Brother, it's both. Stop, let's do this now. It's both. Yeah? Now, if you have in you a Russian diplomat was murdered in London by putting plutonium into his tea. Is plutonium at that level supposed to be in your body? No. So it's killing him. Now, an absence of what's also supposed to be in your body, copper, is one of the reasons for albinism and many other things on a huge scale. You understand? I'm not saying only 10 grams or what, but you know, on a rolling scale, which is happening to me. Look at this brother. He's called black. Look at this brother. He's called black.
Well, in that case, you're sick then, aren't you?
I've already said that before, Chris. I already said I am an albino. When you look at me, you can tell. Ah, here we go. I'm coming home. I'm coming home. Yeah, honestly. So,
coming home, that's cool, but don't come home.
This guy, he's got words, man. So what we see is this. When we start changing, this is how it starts.
Are you gonna look like it's happening to me, you know, Dad, on my eyes? You don't have enough coffee.
Really? Well, you soon come home, innit? Yeah?
I don't want to go home.
Well, so we're seeing that slowly. Sometimes it's happening rapidly inside the body, but it don't manifest on the skin. When it does, it's instant. Then we come out in all types. Yeah? It's a fairer baby there. Can you see the skin?
So I'm just trying.
What did you say? Hold on. You say it's genetic. What does genetic mean?
Well, basically, like
Don't lie to us now, because your science is different. What does genetic mean? Everybody has genes, right? What's the word genetic?
Well,
like
what,
it's only only if Chris has it,
what I mean is,
then his children have it.
You don't get albinism.
What about our
from not having
foreparents?
enough copper in your food.
Say again. Do you know where the word genetic comes from?
You get it because
Do you know where the word
two
genetic
recessive
comes
genes from your parents.
Brother, let's not run ahead. Do you know what the word genetic means? It means Genesis, the beginning of all human. If human is one, we all share the same one gene.
But then stop referring to people as Arabs, Chinese, whites, and blacks then.
You have to, you need identification.
Not really.
Lions have a skin color. Zebras have a skin color. There's the white whale, the blue whale, the black whale. Come on, it's all for identification. It's not for denigration.
Yeah, you are kind of denigrating. You're saying that like white skin is a disease.
Look, are only white people having diseases? In China, don't they have slightly closed eyes?
Yeah,
Why don't white people here have the same?
Well, why should they?
There's something because there's something you have that they don't have. Something they have, you don't have. It goes for all of us. All of us. All of us are going through it.
You're trying to say that like white skin is leprosy.
Okay.
Say again? Are you saying white skin
Sorry,
is leprosy?
one by one.
White skin is leprosy, is that what you're saying?
The book says so.
No, white skin, or you said a minute ago.
Huh?
1 minute you said white skin is leprosy. The next minute you say, no, it just as an example there. If you're purely white, you haven't got leprosy.
You're not what? So now listen.
Leprosy, we would be dying right
I'm getting fired questions without getting a chance to speak.
If we had leprosy,
Say again?
If we had leprosy, we would be dying right now, and you'd be getting infected every time we.
No, that's why the book told you what we read. It says when all the flesh turns white and the hair.
Then it's clean.
Then you're clean. That is the leprosy has fully gone out.
No, that's not what I'm saying. So you're saying white people don't have leprosy?
That's not how leprosy
You
works.
know, I don't know why this
White
is hard.
people have
So it's-
suffered from leprosy.
Okay, but I'm saying that he's saying that white people. Are you saying that white people don't have leprosy? Because they're
Basically,
Let's explain
basically,
baby
when the mutation's beginning, right?
Okay.
When the mutation's
alright,
beginning,
okay.
right?
Days.
No, because he's at one minute he's
Look,
saying that they do.
look.
The next minute he's saying no.
Open your ears.
Look, look. You lot have seen many black people, for example, with two serious skin tones.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes you see on the face, yeah. Sometimes you see on the face, it's quite blotchy, big one, yeah, and it will show on the hands. It won't be spots, it will be huge, all over, yeah. And we all know it. In many ways, it repulses us. In many ways, not that we hate nobody, but we just because we know. You see, something's built into us to know when something's going wrong. It's built into humans to know when something is going wrong. All right? If you start growing a big boil on your breast, don't consider it your breast enlargement.
That's right.
Are we lying? No. It's not part of breast enlargement, is it? Nobody's going to settle for that in this day and age. They say, come quickly to where? The hospital. Don't start showing it about, look, my breast's getting bigger. I don't need, yeah? You know something's going wrong.
Really?
Yeah. They say the more.
Why are you so interested in white skin?
No, we've established that white people haven't got leprosy.
Right, obviously they haven't. But I don't mean.
I know what you want me to
You're
say.
deliberately not.
I know what I
He
know.
said if you're completely white, you haven't got leprosy.
I know where you're trying to drive me to go.
It was a fly. It was a fly.
what's the point?
It was
No,
like
no,
a
no.
mosquito.
What is the point of all this? Apart from
I know where you're trying to make me to go, and I'm going to say it so it can get out of your mind. You're trying to make me to say because of that black people are superior.
I don't know. Where are you going with it? What is the point?
Well, if that's where I'm going, is that all right then?
Is that what you think?
Well, it's part of where we all going because at the end of the day, all of us claim superiority over some other.
Which is stupid because we're all human beings.
I don't even mind. I've got books. I just can't bring all of them. It shows you there's a part of
Look,
us.
if you want a bloody coffee,
Brother.
I'll buy you one, okay?
No, we know we're
you
gonna
want-
do. You know we're gonna deal with that, innit? You know we're gonna deal with that anyway. That won't escape us anyway. But look, I lived in Nigeria and grew up in Nigeria. Just being this color, they call us what?
Oyinbo.
What does Oyinbo mean?
White.
It means white man.
What?
White. Oyinbo.
Oyinbo.
What's that mean?
Now it means white man. Now, many people speak Yoruba. I don't
Do
even.
you use that word?
Oh,
Do
Chris.
you use that word?
What do you mean? Do I use it?
That word.
Yeah, of course.
Why do you use that word?
Because it's a descriptive word.
Right, and did you know the word nigger is actually a descriptive word for a black person?
Of course.
Right, so then what's the, if you, okay, do you are you right to use it? Can I use nigger?
You can, yeah.
Okay.
And in England,
So I
it's
can
a
say
very
nigger.
offensive word.
Chris, why do white people want to say nigger?
Yeah,
Well, not
that's
all
another
one
question,
second,
yeah.
One second. One second. Firstly, actually, that not all white people want to use the word nigger for the same reason.
Yeah.
Some people, no, actually, I've spoken to some people that actually said.
Chris.
One second, hold on. They say it because because that's the correct way to identify a black person.
Yeah.
No, as in negroid. You just use the word nigger for short.
No.
Negroid is the term for black person.
No.
Right?
Chris, if you don't got the education, don't teach.
1 second.
Don't do that.
Okay,
Yeah.
hold on, 1 second.
Unless you can ask and then deal with that, but
Let me
don't be
finish.
teaching.
The
You know what I
word,
mean?
if you don't believe me, if you don't, alright, hold on, wait. Hold on, wait, let me finish. Wait. If you don't believe me, you look up the word negroid.
Negroid.
Yes.
It's an, listen, hold on. Just hold on. What's the, is it an adjective again? Adjective, yeah. Negro, negroid, okay? Now, negro means black. Negroid means having black.
Yeah, okay.
You understand? So if I say that's a negroid camera, it means it's a blackish camera. You understand? Okay. Yeah. So it's just a bit more description of a description already.
So basically, negroid is the original term. Then there's negro, and then there's nigger. No, I'm saying the three different words.
Negroid. Yes. Listen.
Negroids.
Yeah.
Physical features.
Listen.
Are those that are typical of black people.
You see that?
Who come from Africa.
Negroids.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's a very layman. Today's,
Which is what I was saying.
People, listen. Chris, you like to teach without really having the foundation.
I didn't say I was teaching.
I mean, it's unfair.
I was just saying.
It's unfair to those who have done the work. You understand? Because what you will do.
Does it not say that what I said?
No, because guess what we're trying to deal with here? Why did you bring the word nigger into albinism?
Because you started saying this word is for white people.
Which word? We said, I said in my country. Listen.
Oh, sorry.
Listen.
Okay.
In my country.
No, because do you know why?
Let me speak, Chris.
Well, the only reason I wouldn't say it is because most black people get offended. Yeah, but I said most people get offended.
You know most black people. I'm offended by that. How do you know most black people?
Because you know how many black people I've met? I've met so many.
You've met most black people.
Are we like,
I never said
rare exotic animals?
Okay, sorry.
Based on
Okay. All right.
Rare exotic animals. Do you know how many I've met?
All right. Sorry. Based on.
Do you know how many black people I've met?
Based on.
How many have you seen on TV?
Based on what I've observed.
Most of the black people you've met
that I've observed
was offended when you called them nigger.
Not me. I don't say nigger. I don't say. But I've heard it when other people say nigger.
Okay.
But so I wouldn't say it if it offends us. But
I want us to have some time for us.
I wouldn't even.
Please wrap up.
I don't even see.
It's a waste of time.
No, it's a waste of time.
You don't know your point. You don't know even your point.
What you were talking
about. What you were saying was.
Huh?
No, Chris is the master waffler. Chris is the
I
master
waffler. I do waffle.
And most of the time, you don't even know what waters he jumps into until he's in it. Yeah. That's why then he starts saying, I don't remember what I was saying. Because you really didn't start with anything in mind. I know you're biting off the thing. But you got to listen a little bit to carry along with us, you know.
Yeah.
You got to listen a little bit. What we're saying is not that black is this, white is that. We're trying to point out in humanity, in history, where the division came and how it's being used against all of us. Don't forget that we're showing you pictures purely of African children who are white.
Wow.
Okay?
Yeah, that is the...
Listen.
Is that real?
Yeah, of course.
They call it
albinos, yeah.
Albinos.
Yeah, but this is an albino also. You are an albino also.
Really?
Yeah. We don't think we know.
They look ill, man.
They look ill. You look ill. You look ill. Now,
Yeah.
They're suffering. They're suffering.
Maybe they are. Maybe
Chris,
they're born like that.
Chris,
but
you're
I'm just saying they look
waffling.
ill.
Chris, you're waffling. They're suffering from a lack of pigmentation.
Okay. Yeah.
So if you call that illness, it's always illness. When you're suffering from a lack of vitamin C, vitamin A, vitamin D, you can develop a cold. Via a cold. Are we going to wrap up?
They have more than us.
Via a cold, you could have a chest infection.
Yeah.
Via a chest infection, you could get pneumonia. Now it's all adding up to each. Now somebody who has those 3 steps is worse than the person who only has a cough. But the cough started because of a deficiency in the body. So does albinism. But there comes a time when the body now starts to adapt to deficiencies and cope the best way it can. So you have people, black people, suffering from sickle cell anemia. It's a horrible position to be in. They're like between life and death, but they're still alive. Now sickle cell, huh? You understand? You understand? So we all have diseases, all of us, even the most perfect of us. That's, say again, brother? Yeah. What's going on with your game, bro? Keep saying yours is the worst.
I didn't say, you said it.
According to the book, though, it says once the hair turns white, the skin turns white, the whole body turns white, then he's clean. So the black man is more in danger of being unclean. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that.
So that's
right?
what I said. You just said
So,
it.
but let's teach.
That's the point I made.
Can we teach?
The
You
point
didn't, you didn't make that point.
No,
We
I
made the
did.
point.
No, I
Here we
said
go again.
no. I said that you said that you're saying
The
the white
book
person.
said, the book
yeah,
said.
the book said the
Yeah.
white person, if they're completely white, they haven't got a disease.
That's not what the book said.
They're clean, you said.
Oh gosh, that's why I say don't teach. It's not your job. The book says if somebody who's black starts to turn white, when parts of their body is black and white, they still got disease.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Now when all the body stops being black or white and is now only white, they are clean.
Yes, I get that.
It doesn't mean they don't have any other disease.
Okay, now I get that, yeah. We all
But
got
at least,
diseases.
listen.
No, no.
Yeah, go on.
I don't like waffling.
Now we clean because we white.
Yes, I know, I get it.
Does that mean that white people don't have any other diseases?
Yes,
No.
true.
They do have a lot of diseases, don't they?
Just like black
In
people
fact,
do.
no, the Western world has.
Oh, come on.
Chris, you're not wanting to learn. Who's that
We've all got diseases, no matter who you are.
Chris, listen. I don't want to banter, yeah? In the Western white world,
haven't started yet.
they have more diseases than Africa.
Yeah.
Just check it.
Probably because they invent most of them.
They have more diseases than Africa or black peoples. Check it. We got to close on that because we want to go have some private time. At the moment, there's no real opposition to what we're teaching. So we got to take a break.
Come on, let's go.
Yeah. So, Brother Chris, blessings to you. Shalom.
Shalom.
Well, that's what they want.
Yeah, I loved it, man.
That's what they want.
Yo, my nigga!
We are.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
You should worship the Lord.
Well, I'm being funny, but as long as you don't mean it in another way, in a certain way, it doesn't mean that, does it?